How many people will we get lined up?
15.
Should I give it a couple minutes in? Hey, good morning, everybody, to our regular lunch and learn here. How we doing? That good, huh? All right, so I want to remind everybody that next week, next Wednesday, is our first live monthly office meeting, going to be held at the office. Again, this is next Wednesday, November 4th. So for those that can make it, I'd like to see you and get back to our regular meetings. We will practice social distancing. We require masks. And for those that can't make it, we'll also have it via Zoom. But I hope to see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. here in the office. But today, we're very fortunate to have John Butigan, also known as JB. He's the president and the CEO of the Peak Performance Group and Peak Seminars. JB has personally spoken to over 10,000 audiences, over 3,000 different companies, and training over 700,000 sales professionals over the last 27 years. In fact, today with us at TRG, this is JB's 10,568 program that he's delivered. That's pretty incredible, JB. JB's clients include FedEx, Nordstrom's, Delta Airlines, Disney, the PGA Tour, and my favorite, Harley Davidson. JB has also been a 3-time NAR convention speaker, a keynote trainer, and statewide real estate associations across North America, including the Women's Council of Realtors. In July, he co-hosted a program with the national president of WCR, the Women's Council of Realtors, to help realtors reach their peak performance. JB has decades of extensive experience positively impacting sales and leadership teams while facing a crisis, a dramatic shift in the market, or economic uncertainty. Today, while many realtors are potentially stagnant in their business, his inner circle of real estate pros and executives are continuing to have huge victories through the proven peak performance methods, along with the winning mindset expert of perseverance and achievement delivered by INVINCIBLE Papale. So to make things happen and wonder what happened, JB and Vince will share ideas for increasing your results and elevating your business and personal life up to the next level. So we're going to try something new here. If everybody takes a minute, unmute your microphone and put your hands together. Let's welcome JB.
All right, give it up to Durf. Give it up to Danny.
Hey, JB.
Good morning. It's all yours.
Hey, this is a good-looking group. You guys are in Hollywood out there in LA area. You guys look like Central Casting. I love it. You guys are looking good. I like that. Great stuff, Durf. Congratulations on the business. You guys are just absolutely a monster out there. Read so many good things about what you've built, and Give it up to you guys. Give yourself a hand. Would you? A little round of applause there, Linda. Come on. You guys have been a great, great company, great team all the way around. Danny's frozen in time in that picture down there. I love it. He's excited. I can see that. That's a great thing. How many other folks are on here for some video? Let's see here. Let's hit the whole, the box of everybody. Wow. All right. We got a few folks. I like the Elmo. Elmo likes to close sales. Yes, Elmo does. Good job, Christine Brooks. Looking good. All right, no more impressions. That's fine. All right, we're excited about everything today. So everybody wants to make a lot more money, have a lot more fun in the business. Yes? Everybody in for that? That's good. Hey, I don't know how active you guys are on chat and put little comments and things like that, and that's fine. But I tell you, only get out of this what you put into it. So let's have a great time together, everybody, and really get excited about what you got your hands on here today. We want this to be the meeting of the year. Everybody talking about this, like this is the big time. So I'm fired up. I love being on this with everybody, and no doubt about it, we want to help you grow. So 2 big reasons why we're in front of you. Number 1 is to be able to help you make a lot more, help you help and absolutely earn more than you ever are, because let's face it, some of you are very good. We want to take it to great. And some of you are great. We want to take you to greatness. And it's all about always picking up ideas, getting a few new things here, a couple of new nuggets. So today's lay of the land is I'm going to give you some goodies. We're going to get started with some of these great ideas to help you capture more market share, get more yeses in this ever-changing and ever fast-paced world of real estate. And on top of that, we're going to be going right after that with Mr. Vince Papale. You're going to love it. He's got the insights to be able to help you go through any time. And his story is so phenomenal and how it can empower you to capture more business as well. And for your personal growth, it's incredible. So you're going to love that. And then I'm going to come back in here. We'll finish up right at 4. What time is it out there? 12? 12. So that'll be about 1:05 range together. And we'll wrap it up. But I'm going to give you some more great insights and tools to be able to help you get more yeses in the business and really take your business and elevate it to that peak performance as well. So we're going to rock this thing. And I hope the second big factor behind this is to compel you to say, hey, this looks good. How do we plug into what peak performance does and give everybody some excitement to be able to help take their business up higher, help you that are veterans in the business, help people that are newer, but everybody can win when it comes to great ideas, coaching, development, everything else in there. So I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm going to ask you to invest in the most important asset called yourself. So make sure you pay close attention to this because Durf, we've worked this out incredibly well together. So you're going to be really fired up. So if everybody's ready, so am I. Say yes. Yes. All right. So let's get it rocking here, everybody. I'm going to look over kind of the landscape. If more people are popping on, that's good. The attendance is rising, Durf. Good job. This is great. So we're going to help you really get it rocking because it is all about how you continually grow in this business. I always really explain to people in real estate, as I've helped people for years and years in this, going on my 3rd decade of helping people, is it's really a self-improvement program with a high paid compensation package attached to it. Can everybody agree with that? Yes. If everybody agrees, the more you learn, the more you earn. Isn't that the truth? Yes. Can we all agree on that? Is you ever think education is expensive? Try a lack of one. That's the truth, isn't it? Because what our old financial friend Dave Ramsey would say, it's called a stupid tax. You learn through this or these errors and all these things, and we can help you get on the fast path to be able to help you make a lot more and serve more people. Because it's not biblically written that money's a root of all evil. It's a love of money is a root of those things. It's supposed to love on people and use money, not the other way around. So it's a scoreboard that tells a story. If you're helping a lot of people, that means you're going to have great income and great abundance. And we've been helping so many phenomenal people during this period. So many people crossing over $1 million year to date in earnings. So many people that are in your space that want to be able to elevate instead of deflate. And we want to really help you there too. And how it starts is this. So the very first thing, if you got that flyer of information, on the bottom of it had our PDF of this top 10. If you need it at all, here's our email. You can also hit me up at jb@peakseminars.com as well. That's like Mountain Peak, P-E-A-K, seminars.com. But if you have a piece of paper and pen, that's fine for you to be able to take a second or two, have that ready to take an analysis of this. And Selling Power Magazine did a profile of the top $250,000 money earners and above. And what are their habits? What are the things that they are following? What are their key skill sets in these areas? And if you look over this and you kind of have a little close up on here right now, how many of those 10 things apply to your business? Make a little note. Everybody go to the little chat. You got the little chat box off your toolbar where it drops down with the dot. Hit chat and put a number in there. And if you're better at these areas, would your income go up, down, or remain the same? What do y'all think? Yeah, it would go up. It'd stand to reason, wouldn't it? So everybody put a little 10 and up in there. If it's only 8, if it's only 7 or something, but it should be 10 across the board. So everybody put a little 10 and up in there. Make sure I know who's playing ball here, who's in the game. Good job, Shireen. Excellent. Nicole, big time. And the beauty of this is if you start to look at this, oh, I'm an 8 here, I'm a 7 there, I'm a 10 there, I'm a 2, I'm a 6. The good thing I bring to you is we're going to help you play to your strengths. We're all about how we could do 4 big things in your life. Okay. Number one thing that we're all about is helping build you. That's your product knowledge, of course, and all the other areas in your business, but build you to be confident, to be able to take your business higher through the competency, help you in every aspect of building you mentally, the personal wise, the areas of your finances, all areas to be able to help you build up. So building you up. Second factor is we want to help build your following. The third is build your lists, because those are the biggest lists win in this business. The biggest database wins. And the fourth factor is build your income, build it up, because we want to literally scale you up and scale up your income and your revenue and everything that's going to help you have ultimate abundance. It's all about how you can help more people. It's how your business is built, part-time, full-time, anything in between, be able to maximize those opportunities. So in the spirit of building you up and building you, we're going to help play to your strengths, no doubt. We're going to help you move. We're going to downplay some other areas. But most importantly, if you start to move just even a few percentage points in these areas, your money can start to double, triple, quadruple your efforts. I'm out here in South Carolina. I'm on the ocean out here, and there's an agent out here. They cracked last year, number 45 in the entire country in the 1,000 list from Wall Street Journal of agents. This guy last year knocked down 187 transactions. Also this year, 159 year to date, has 133 active listings. This isn't even Charleston, okay? Charleston's a whole nother big animal of a market. But 3 of their people are in the top 150 that I've been helping and coaching and developing. You imagine that? Another gentleman right there, number 15, 260 plus. So you have to understand that there's opportunities out there. Well, JB, we do $1 million homes left and right. I only have to sell a few of those things. Whatever your aspect of getting more listings, it's like billboards everywhere. It's your opportunity to do that. To work with more buyers, you're going to have more word of mouth. Everything can work in your fashion of either abundance because of the volume, of the magnitude of the sales that you've got your hands on out there in Los Angeles and everything, but also helping you grow in every aspect to get that following up, to get everything so that you just have more business left and right. And you can choose to have a predisposed interest in doing business with people. That's the big factor. So not the last people I've helped make over $1 million a year, and definitely coming ahead, I want to help you whatever facet it is. Because if you want more, there's opportunities there. Because you can either make money or make excuses, but you can't make both. There's no inventory. There's too much inventory. You know the times that we live in. You know this. These people that I work with, like Douglas Elliman, Sotheby's, all these high-level people in the New Yorks, San Fran's, everything. You're my first big money group out there in LA lately. But those people all came to me saying, do I have to change my goals 200-300% less? Do I have to do this? Not 200, 20, 30% less? And I said, I know you're a hard charging lady. I know you're on top of it guy. You could go 200-300% higher because most people will not be doing it. They'll get caught up in all the restrictions and the challenges instead of finding a way. And that's why it's so important. If you look over these key things, Let's highlight one of them, which is prospecting. First of all, Durf, you're listening to this. Never, ever for the rest of your life, allow your person, and she's phenomenal, Amy and Lisa, that was at the front. Never let somebody ever answer the phone again. How can I help you? It's always, I can help you. It takes ownership in it. So inbound calls, you know how much money it takes for your money to dial? Do not have that order taking mentality. It's, I can help you. I've helped billionaires in their businesses, such as the Landry's guy. Call up a Morton Steakhouse today and see how they answer that phone. That hostess will say that. I can help you, because their top people all were at a program and heard that. All the way to the top level in real estate and big businesses out there, from big time engineering firms, you name it, have adopted this philosophy of mine. So it's, I can help you, is that spirit. How about outbound calls though? Here's another never, ever, ever again in your life. Think about it. How often do people judge you? Or how, all the time, right? How quickly do people judge you? Within seconds, it's always been said. You know, University of Chicago came out last December that says people will judge and make decisions on you within milliseconds. Consequently, why would you ever make an outbound call to someone that you do not know ever again in your life by saying, hi, this is such and such with such and such? Oh, I didn't expect somebody to call me. Oh, I just filled this thing out. You're the fourth one that's called me. You'll hear all these answers and you're already shot. There's better philosophies behind it. So let's get right into it. So if you make calls to lists, you pay for leads out there, you got your boom towns, your this and that, you got your lead gen systems in place, or you're going to start getting serious about that and really develop your CRM to the max, and you're making any call. This could even be an introduction, okay? Which, by the way, never say the word referral again in your life. Those are taboo today. I know, don't throw away your business cards. The finest compliment I could receive is a referral. On that, or a brochure or a website, that's fine. But never again call them a referral, because everybody's had them go sideways. People aren't even friends with those people anymore. Isn't that nice? Because you know how people shut down. Oh, a referral. And they, oh, I can't think of anybody. I'll call them first, etc. But the word now would be introductions. Even on an introduction, don't call up saying, hi, Mary and Sally, etc., told me to give you a call. I'm calling from. Too much prejudging. So let's share with you on how to make an outbound call to someone that does not know you. This is the biggest concern. Number one thing is your full name. If you're not going to go into the company yet, you go full name. The next factor for everybody is a lot of you get nervous. A lot of you start saying different things like, oh, tell me about this. How's that? How's the weather? How did I catch you at a good time? No more of those things. All right. People's time is like that. And most importantly, that gives them the quick out. What's this about? What's this? All that stuff. So instead, go right from the greeting to right into the best part, to disarm them. Okay. So psychology of selling, first step here is, let's take it away by saying, I know you're busy. Second psychology is, how do I know this lady? How do I know this guy? That second factor, everybody, is for you to be able to say, we met at this. Maybe it was you dusted off some of those business cards from the last big live function you went to, or you were at some virtual meetup.com or Eventbrite event of networking. Maybe it's from that. But either way, when you call them, and you might be able to tie that into some breakfast thing you were at or whatever, but 99% of you, it's off of a lead. And on that lead, that's when you say, you and I haven't had a chance to meet before. Isn't that nicer than you and I don't know each other? So you and I haven't had a chance to meet before. The third element is, hey, how long is this going to take? So by you saying right there, say, let me share with you why I'm calling, I'll let you go. They're going, oh, it's going to be short and sweet. Now, here's the real gold, though, behind all this. Ready, guys? You set the table, fine. The best part is this, we're the people. This has revolutionized B2B, B2C that I've helped over the years. And you add this little we're the people. People follow success. They don't want to know that they're the trailblazer. Okay. So we're the people in this area, that area, in Beverly Hills, in Echo Park. We're the people over here. We're the people over there. Wherever you might be calling into, or particular niche neighborhoods, that's great. And then, of course, you throw in there some kind of a buzz phrase. You might have to read the person real fast. You might not, But either way, you want to go right into the way how easy we make it to do business, how we've solved the puzzle in our industry. You don't even say real estate yet. And at that point, after you lay that out there, how easy we make it to do business, how transparent we are, I'm calling you from TRG. All right. Now you've got their attention, and now you can start to build the rapport and go into your transitions, sound different. We give you all the dialogue that works extremely well. So it's a little twist, but I got to take the rubber band off your brain, because 30 years, 40 years, some of you 10 plus years of saying that out loud of the hi, I'm calling from, we're going to help you on there. So make a little note in your chat right there. Put a number 1 if you felt that was pretty solid right there. Anybody like that? Yes. This is the kind of stuff that people need right now, because you have to fall in love with the phone. You have to be a prolific pro on the phone. All right. You have to be different. I mean, you are in the backyard of Mike and Tom Ferry and all these people that have been saying these same type of scripts forever. You got to be different. Okay. So here it is. And that's the professional angle right there. Now we go back and we look at this for a second. And we go, okay, the top 10. And we look over these key things: setting and achieving goals, goal for greatness, objection handling, any of these key things. Objection handling, you got to be agreeable. You have to start from a point of agreement. There is no doubt about that. Too many of us start barking back answers, get defensive. There's a lot of ugly real estate transactions going on out there. And for you to be able to compose yourself and know the 7 steps that are so critical in handling any concern, but also the method that you do is monstrous. You might want to hit on that coming up. The needs of presenting, the time management. This is the one. Most of you did not reply to our email request of the registration. On there, we always would have, what are the key things? But the people that did, 2 of those folks had time management issues in there. So let me help you on that when we come circling back together. Time management's going to be big. Self-improvement, investing, the top people, these $250,000 earners and above that responded on this survey from Selling Power, showed that they averaged 5% back into themselves. You made 200 grand last year. Did you find a way to put at least $10,000 back into your learning and development? Not business cards, marketing, websites, all that stuff about up in here. That's what the best pros do. The rapport and trust factor, all these connectivities of attitude is really what it's all about right now. Because when it comes to it, and we really want to build your business and your brand, you start to look at this. And that's why this is so exciting what's coming for you. Because today of all days, you get to be with Mr. Invincible. Now, his story speaks for himself. There's never been anybody in the history of the NFL that's had it like this. And the level of success he had is incredible. To be named his teams in the NFL, the number 1 player of all time in that position, I mean, incredible. 75 history of the franchise. But also to know that he absolutely poured it out every day, day in, day out, didn't take anything for granted. There was no round to it, get around to it with him. He was a hard charging, absolutely the best ever like that. I love it. But even better than all that, and having a movie made after you, put up on the silver screen by Mark Wahlberg and everything, even better than all that stuff, he's a much better person. Hard to even think of, but he's been able to help so many people in communities all around the country. It's incredible. I had a lady in Las Vegas go, oh, he did this big thing here. Danny was talking to me about a big thing in LA, and the people all rallied around her, the parade with this. And this is incredible. The whole philosophy in his life is all about giving, giving, giving. And it's transcended through his family and everything. So he's an incredible person across the board on giving, making things happen. And he's here today to share with you some of these insights. Boy, the guy, the river runs deep. He could absolutely share so much with you. And I've been fortunate to meet up with some great speakers of the year. You guys know the Rudies and the Rookie and all that. I had them on stages. I've paid those people. And that was all pre-Vince in the early 2000s. And none of them can hold a candle to how his energy and the way he addresses everybody and the insights for all to grow with. So let's open it up. I hope you have him on here live. I saw his name earlier. And let's give an awesome welcome. Unmute your mic. Come on, everybody. Hit your little unmute there. I definitely want to have Danny and Durf saying hi. So unmute yourself. And let's welcome and spotlight to the one and only Vince Invincible Papale. Come on, everybody. Give it.
Thank you. Thanks, JB.
Got it, man.
All right, where are we at? What's going on? I see a lot of people there. I saw Danny's hat. Here you go, Danny. I saw that LA hat. I guess LA is going crazy right now. You guys, NBA champion, Major League champion. You got the Rams 5-2. A big game with Tua coming up. That's pretty cool. So anyway, and Dirk, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here with your invincible team, and that's what it's all about. It's about teamwork, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. JB, can we go up to and get there? It is. So here it is, the real estate group, and it's about winning the day and be invincible. And JB, he set it up perfectly. I mean, I really like the way you framed it, JB. First of all, how did I meet this guy? Well, I'll tell you how I met this guy. My wife, Janet, if you saw the movie Invincible, my wife, Janet, was not a Giants fan, nor a bartender or her uncle owning a bar. My wife, Janet, actually was on USA World Gymnastics team. She coached University of Pennsylvania, and she's now a realtor, and she's a broker for about 40 years. She's a realtor in Florida, where I'm at right now. I'm in Jupiter, Florida, and she's a broker in Pennsylvania, where we're from, the Philly area, and she's also a realtor in New Jersey. And I don't know, you guys must be on fire right now, especially down there in SoCal. But she hit 8 figures by 4th of July easy. And it's an insane market down here in Florida, and also in our suburban area, Cherry Hill. And real estate's part of our family. I've got my real estate license. Janice got hers. My son Vinny is getting his PA, and my daughter Gabrielle is down here with us, and you'll meet her in a second. My daughter Gabby is dabbling with it and getting some investment properties down here in South Florida. So, but here's what we're talking about. I hope I don't give you indigestion. I know it's lunching and learning today, but it's all about winning the day. And winning the day, the way I mean that, JB, the way you framed it was perfect. Because when I tried out for the Birds, and I was 30 years old. I didn't play college football. It's never been done before. All these kinds of things, people saying it's absolutely impossible that you can do that. And my philosophy and attitude going into this is the same that I'm sure that yours is right now, is I had to get through today, because I don't know, and I didn't know what tomorrow was going to bring. And what's going on right now with COVID, and what's especially happening out down the West Coast, today you can be open, tomorrow you can be closed. The one thing we know about what's going down here in South Florida is it's pretty much open all the way around. But that uncertainty creates anxiety, and that's the one thing. You have enough anxiety just with what you're doing, the pressures that you're doing, helping people's dreams come true. So when I say win the day, is get today. Take care of today. Get that momentum going. Give whomever that you're working with something to think about, something to take to the next day, and then you're going to be invincible. So let's go to the next slide, JB. We're rolling pretty good right here, and it's basically this. It's huddling up today, making a difference with tomorrow in mind. It's as simple as that. And I've done some research. I went on the website, and I know you've been around for 21 years, and Chuck Burton, he did some really cool things. And I'm calling it the TRG difference to make that impact. One of the key frames. If you go into your website, go back, JB. There you go. Thank you. If you go into their website, your website, and you go to About Us, this is what you're going to find. The philosophy that Chuck had is that, build it and they will come. And then, of course, you're the one-stop shop. It just makes things so much easier and takes a lot of pressure off you. And then there was an aggressive commission structure that was set up for you, which is fantastic. Commissions. I've done the real estate side, I've done the mortgage side, and I've done some really wild, crazy things. But on commission sales the whole time, and when people say, when I see the movie Invincible, and I understand commissions, and I see the movie Invincible, I think of that because they say, do you cry when you see the movie? And how many times have you seen it? I've seen it about 100 times. And my kids are in the movie, and everybody says, "Oh, that's probably why you're crying." I said, "No, I cry because I don't get any residuals. I don't get a commission off the $1 billion that they've gotten up there with Disney up there in Disney World, Disneyland, wherever they are." But you got this great commission structure, and then what I really like, and the reason I got to where I got, and I'm sure a lot of you got to where you got, is because you have elite agents that's serving as mentors, and we'll touch on that as we go on. And basically, you're all the ultimates, you're all pros, you're potential Hall of Famers because you're part of the California Association of Realtors and the National Association of Realtors, where JB's had an opportunity to speak. And how did we meet? Well, my wife, Janet, who has been in the business almost 4 decades now, is working with JB and his academy to get herself better, because she's got the potential to even be better than what she is right now, like you all do. And, the greatest waste you have is potential. And within you is that greatness still waiting to come out. I don't care how old you are, how many years you've been in the business. It's never too late to get into that game and take advantage of the opportunities out there and prepare yourself for what's coming on now in the future. So that's the TRG difference. And it's all about, for you, it's helping other people's dreams come true. And it's a possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. For me, and that dream was to be a Philadelphia Eagle when I was a kid growing up in a housing project. Parents never got beyond the 8th grade. And my father, a pig farmer, his father coming over from Naples, my mother's father coming from England. I mean, it was pretty wild back then during the war. And that's the background that I have. I am your ultimate baby boomer. But man, I'll tell you what, my life came interesting when I had this guy, Mark Wahlberg, come into my life. And, he became the invincible guy. And I don't know if anybody's had the opportunity to meet Mark. We'll go to the next slide if you don't mind, JB. And I don't know if y'all had the opportunity to meet Mark, but Mark is one of the most fantastic people that you can possibly imagine. And the movie Invincible came out. It came out 14 years ago, right around Labor Day. And there it is. People ask me, well, did you have a choice in who's going to be your guy? I said, well, maybe Hugh Jackman would be the perfect Invincible, but everybody in the neighborhood in Philadelphia says it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Danny DeVito would be the perfect guy, but now I got Marky Mark. And let me tell you, don't ever call him Marky Mark, by the way, when you see him. He is phenomenal. He's a good friend of ours. And there's my kids when the movie was I signed a contract with Disney in 2002. And that's them up there. And we are a Disney family. And Mark has been with us for the last 18 years. And I'm proud to say that he's not only just a friend and a guy that played me in the movie, he's family. And he's a beautiful guy. And you talk about people that want to do something in the community. Nobody does more than Mark Wahlberg. So there we are, got the Invincible thing going on. And, how did it happen real quick? To me, it's just like everybody else and everything that you do. You have to live your dream and be willing to pay the price to have the dream come true. And let's go back to what makes the difference with what you are and what your company represent. The 300, let's say 8 realtors, I should say, that are with your team. You get to where you got because of somebody else, and that could be that mentor, and that you have this mentoring attitude with your company. And there's my biggest mentor aside from my parents, and that was my high school coach. Came out for high school football, first year senior with track. I was only 5'8", 165 pounds. A senior in high school, nobody was looking at me for football, even though I led the county in touchdowns. First year, I had no pedigree. And so I wound up pole vaulting, and actually I wanted to try to qualify for the Olympic trials in the decathlon. I didn't quite get there, but the door was shut there. But you know what? When one door shuts, another one opens, right? Win the day, because tomorrow gives another day. And I got the shot in the NFL, and who knows, I made it. And that movie, Invincible, there he is, my guy back there doing it. And, we're a dreaming family. And there's Janet. I mentioned that she was on the USA World Gymnastics team. And there's Janet at the Olympic trials back in '72. And that's it. 28 years now. We're almost married and got 2 great kids, and you'll meet them in just a second. So it's all about living your dream. And there's Janet chasing that dream that she had to be the Olympian. Didn't get to Munich because of the sprained ankle, but did compete for the world team and coached eventually at the University of Pennsylvania. And the LA games, the Olympics in LA a few years ago, Janet actually worked the floor for NBC as a national broadcaster. So she's pretty well-rounded, and we're forming our Invincible team of almost 30 years, and it's been really quite a ride. So we're having a great, great time, especially with all the good things that are happening in real estate right now. That's Janet's USA jersey over there, by the way. So I'm trying out for the team, right? 30 years old, never been done before. You can't do it. I mean, really, you crazy? Who do I go back to? I go back to my mentor, right? The mentors that you have at the real estate group. And my coach, my teacher, George Corner, gives me this quote. And he said, happy are those who dream dreams and are willing to pay the price to make the dreams come true. The key here is, are you willing to pay the price? Because if you are, opportunities are going to avail themselves. And when those opportunities avail themselves, you have to prepare yourself for them. And that's what take advantage of all operations through preparation. And that's how you fulfill that potential you have to take you to the greatness that you deserve. You're already there, but like I said, never too late to get into the game. But let's say that you have this dream and people think that you're a little bit out of it because you want to do something that anybody else, that other people didn't want to do, and you had the chance to take that risk to do that. And I can almost guarantee that 90% of the 300 that's on your team, 90% didn't start in real estate. They started somewhere else. So now you're going to make that leap. You're going to do whatever you're going to do. You're going to take that risk. And, there's going to be intimidation from people that have already been there because, oh, they don't want you to be part of it. Oh, well, I've been here because I've been here for 15 or 20 years. In my case, it was the draft picks because I was a free agent, 30 years old, didn't play college football. They made the mistake of thinking that I was a patsy. And that was the biggest mistake that they ever made. Oh, you can't do it, Vince, because you're too this and you're too that. Well, what were those two thises and two that's? Well, it's too risky. You don't have the right skills. I mean, what are you, out of your mind? Your resume says you didn't play college football. I mean, what makes you think that you can wind up in the NFL? Look at me. Well, the reason I thought that is because I believed in myself and I had that other mentor and a lot of people around me that believed in me as well. And it's as simple as that. So basically, it all comes down to getting rid of the negativity, getting rid of the noise. You've all heard about that. And it comes down to these three things. And yes, this finger right here, it is broken. I can't straighten it up. And it comes down to resentment. And that resentment is fueled by insecurity. And that insecurity is fueled by, it's as simple as this, it's fueled by jealousy. It's all about that. They just don't have the guts to do what you've done, regardless of what it is. And there it is, it's as simple as that. What motivates you as we now get into the fourth quarter of this presentation? For me, it's my family. There's my kids right there. When that picture was taken 2001, that was taken 4 days before I had cancer surgery to take 18 inches of my colon right out of my navel there. So I'm a cancer survivor, and I know I'm talking this with people right now whose lives have been affected by either them having cancer or those around them. But you know what? I survived it. And there's my Gabriella now. She's 26 years old. She's down here in Florida right now. She works for the Philadelphia 76ers and worked a couple All-Star games. And she had the opportunity to interact with LeBron James because she worked and was a stage manager for some of her events. But Gabby's dabbling in real estate right now down here in Florida and loving it because just before I came out, she's on a Zoom call up in Philadelphia with the Sixers. And we just found out that the NBA season is going to start right before Christmas in just a couple of months. Our son Vinny, he's chasing his dream too. He's a University of Delaware grad, and Vinny right now is in San Antonio, Texas, and he's in the Spring League, which is a developmental league for the NFL. He's already signed with Canada, and if they open up the league, he could wind up there next year. He could wind up, who knows where he's going to wind up, but it's a lot of fun. And after I get done this, I'm heading to San Antonio and hanging out with the boys, all the football players. It's going to be pretty cool. But we always say in our house, the dreams aren't lived in the sidelines. You got to get into the game. And why are you getting into the game? Is it because of family? Is it because of the real estate group? I mean, why do you get into the game? Is it your nuclear family, or is it the family around you, the one that you bring in? I know you're into the business because of caring. If you don't like challenges, you don't like competition, you don't belong there. And I know one thing, and it's the pride. That's one of the reasons. It's a feeling, it's that pride that you have when you have somebody's dream come true of home ownership or business ownership, if you're into the commercial side, which I know you are. And all those things, the pride that you have when you pull it together and you get that contract signed, there is nothing better. Plus your commission check doesn't hurt either. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. And that's what this is about. And not too far south in San Diego, you've got in Coronado, you've got the SEAL Team 6. And I actually was down there. I was with SEAL Team 6. I've spoken to SEAL Team 6 and see that oar there? This is that oar. And each one of those men that has that oar has a purpose and has a role. And when you look at yourself and what you're doing with the real estate group, what is your role? What is it in TRG? Where do you fit in? Are you the realtor? Are you the person, you know all the other ones who get in there, from your processors to title to having the assessments and the inspections with all those different things. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. And if all of you aren't coming together and working in synchronicity with the buyer group and the seller group, it just isn't going to happen. And what happens if one person goes down? Hopefully, you'll be the one that takes the place. Teamwork makes the dream work. Define your role. And then finally, it comes down to this: just be an invincible TRG leader. Know that the team that and you're all leaders. You're all leaders. But know that your team knows that you care. That's so very important. And then some of the other things that are up there are, JB, and don't forget the fundamentals. Janet was with the company that just a couple of weeks ago, they were hacked and their computer was hacked, and they were down for about 7 weeks with their computer. And all the realtors and brokers had to get down to the fundamentals and basically do all their work by hand. It was an absolute nightmare, but they got it done. So don't forget the fundamentals, because we have all the glitz. That's really important. And JB was talking about those relationships and rapport. They're so very, very essential. And, these are family, basically, for a lot of you when you bring them in. And I know it is with Janet. So make sure you cultivate those things and get to know those that you're working with very well. We've already been through with the SEAL Team 6, determining what role you have, what order you have, and making sure that you play your role out with passion. That's so very, very important. And, you've seen that it takes no talent thing out there. Well, I like to just remind people, it takes no talent to have a great attitude. JB brought that up. And also to give it everything you have, to give it second effort. And we'll talk about that in a second. Who do you play for? Who do you play for? Well, because of your mentor program, you play for the teammate next to you. It's as simple as that. That's what the TRG difference is all about. And then just a couple last things here, hustle. That's all part of the effort and attitude, making second effort a part of your personality. You've got here's your asking price, here's your selling price, and this is the offer, and then you're going to compromise in between. And it takes 1 or 2 or 3 times to get that working. And in some cases, the way it is down here, they're not even coming in. They're just going to say, okay, well, what's the asking price? $1 million? Good, I'll give you 1, 2. I mean, that's how crazy it is down here, because of people on the East Coast fleeing basically from New York City. So, and the other thing is respect your profession and opponent, always giving them the ultimate respect. And then finally, and it's what this is all about, it's called winning the day. You have got to win the day. So that's where you are. Win the day and be invincible. So there it is, and then we'll wrap it up with this. And then it's basically where we are and what's got to happen, because here we're in the COVID world. I mean, everything is so different. Normally with me, my whole calendar was wiped out. I was all over the country, all over the world, starting in March. By the end of March, here I am. I'm at my studio here in Jupiter, Florida. The studio I have right up there in my house in Cherry Hill. You have to be able to pivot. You have to be able to adjust, and that, especially with cyber showings and the social distancing and everything else. So the only way you're going to survive is to check out what the situation is, and then analyze the situation, its strengths and weaknesses, whatever the opponent might be, whatever the problem might be, making sure you and your attitude isn't the one big problem there. So you take care of that. That's the analyze part. The adapt part is really simple. That's your pivot. And in football, it's your audible. You might call a play in a line of scrimmage that says, we want to have it go against the zone, and they pull up in man-to-man. Well, guess what? You're going to have to make an adjustment. And your side, you have, all right, we're going to go with here. And then all of a sudden the inspection comes in, and then the sale looks like it's going to blow apart. And then that's where you have to bring your audibles in and use your creativity and read the situation and make the change. And then eventually just get it done. That's as simple as that. So read the knuckles, man, and analyze, adapt, and achieve, and hold fast to your dreams, for dreams die. Life is like a broken winged bird that cannot fly. And with those dreams, it's that great potential that you have right there, making sure you're simply the best you can be And because of the associations that you belong to, you certainly are. And coming together as a team and having that mentoring program to me means a great, great thing, because you're all in it together as a team. And that's why teamwork makes a dream work. Oh, that picture in black and white, by the way, that picture is called The Last Laugh, because I guess I got the ultimate last laugh when people said it was impossible. And isn't it great to do the possible, make the impossible possible? That picture is in the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. And JB was mentioning the top special teams guy. How about this? The son of a pig farmer, named the #1 special teamer in the history of the 76ers, the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's all about the dream, and it's about being invincible. And thank you very much, Durf. And Danny, again, I loved your hat, and I'll put my Eagles hat on here. This is the one that I wore in Minnesota when we won the Super Bowl. But you guys are great. You're invincible. And JB, thank you so very, very much. And
you got it, man.
The team. Thank you.
That was awesome. Give it up to Vince, everybody. Come on. I love it. Thank you so much. Be safe down there in Florida, Vince. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm ready to start an attitude adjustment weekend, and then I'm heading to San Antonio and hanging out with Vinny next week with being with all the boys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure I'll see a lot of Californians out there, San Antonio too, looking for houses. Maybe I'll give you some
Love it
while I'm out there.
That's awesome. Be safe. Stay well. Hey, everything.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks, everybody. Be invincible. Win the day. You can do it. You can do it.
Right on.
I tell you can.
You got it, man. That's awesome. All right, we're gonna have some fun with this. Good job, man. Thanks you so much. Vince did a great job, man. All right, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody being on here. We're gonna get some more how-to stuff. Hope you enjoyed that, to have that living legend right here with you guys and just impart that incredible wisdom. Perseverance is everything in this business right now. And a lot of you have so many different challenges facing, but you stay on point, you stay focused on it, and focus on the two things you can't control in life: your attitude and your income, right? Your attitude and your activity. That's going to be huge for everybody. So let's get it rocking here. I promise you, drop a little line to Vince at vincepapale.com, and you can put that up there. We'll pop it up in the little chat here, but pop him a little note, would you? And tell him it was great to see him today. Definitely Disney Plus. You can watch Invincible tonight. I talked to Danny this morning. Danny was like, I've watched that a bunch, so that's great. I'm glad that you're big fans, that you guys made this today. And let's get you more fanatical about your own personal Super Bowl, your own life, okay? So that's a big one, because you got lots of winning going on out there, right? You got the Lakers, no fakers. You got Lakers. You got the big-time Doyers, the Dodgers. Hello, you're on it. Now it's our turn to win your championship. So what's going to make the difference now on onward? Number one is your PMA. Your positive mental attitude. So here's some key things, all right? It starts really the night before any day, okay? Make a note to yourself. The top pros and these experts say the last 45 minutes to an hour that you're awake at night will run in your brain up to 6 hours of your sleep. Meaning, get rid of any of the forensic files, this, I murdered that, any of those kind of shows, CSI type things, all the Negatron news, all those. Instead, that last pristine hour plus has got to be on good thoughts, good reading, good podcasts, diving into it, learning, absolutely important. Great conversations, good thinking, everything else. And this is going to tie into also what your brain will do in positive light for you. And the number one thing for everybody out there is, how do I manage my time? I mean, we got a university going on up in here, right? We got from 4th grade through college going on in our house. And a lot of virtual, a lot of homeschool and everything else. And I know you have it too, possibly, or you know people going through it, or you're just so swamped with all kinds of different things. So in time management respect, that night before you hit that head to the pillow, I really recommend you take that advice of, just as a Franklin Covey specialist, I've trained over the years about prioritization. That's coming up. But really, it's what are those top 10, top 15 things that you have to face the next day? It's amazing. Your mind will work on these things in a good way. It will start to come up with solutions for you. You'll get ideas that are fresh and creative when you wake up. So having the game plan, and then use the Franklin Covey ABCD type of prioritizations, and have your ABCDs. The next day before it hits you, take care of the ones that you didn't get knocked off. And also, must I say, when you're in your time management mode and you're going after your big serious stuff and you're going after, The thing that's number 8 on the list, you treat it just as hard as the first thing. You go after it with absolute excitement and energy. A lot of people won't. They'll punt on a few of these things. So instead, we got to get serious about it. So we're all about that, helping you get thinking on the positive mental attitude. And then, of course, in the morning, you got to have your morning mental warm up. I mean, today, did you wake up saying good morning, God, or it's a good morning, God? You gotta really wonder what's going on that, right? It's a good morning, God, or good God, it's morning. You got to decide. It's your choice. Affirmations, positive energy, good reading. That's what it's all about. And then throughout the day, if something crazy is going on, somebody will let you know. Don't be you hooked to the tube. I call that the income reduction box, okay? The television. You can steal that one, okay? It's a little JB original there. So you got to get serious and focus on it. Things are going to come up, no doubt. But this is why anything that does not involve people, you got to protect your golden hours to pivot, to make sure that you're being very agile, as Vince says, all of that together. But anything that has to do with follow-up areas, other key things, the emails, the different areas for your enhancements, for your campaigns, all different things are either crack it on, you're working early, staying late. This is such a rare time in this business. The history books will be written about this period. And those that are on it are getting richly rewarded. Okay. I know you can make 20 to 75 grand a sale out there. It's your blessing and a curse, but you're doing these onesie twosies, a few here, a few there. It's time to really pour it on. There are opportunities. Your streets are literally paved with gold out there. And you have such an amazing opportunity. The interest rates and everything else. You will look back and go, man, I wish I'd worked harder. I know you will. I wish I'd worked smarter. Those are the elements of great success and getting great strategies to help your PMA always be strong. But you have to be able to time manage it. You have to be able to work on everything you can between the 6 to 8 inches up here. It doesn't matter if you're in Manhattan Beach, Manhattan, New York, or Manhattan, Kansas. This is the territory you got to keep working on all the time. And you couldn't have asked for a better, insightful, absolutely above and beyond program from Vince on that. He'll take away every excuse on the planet. And from me, I work with so many high hitters around the country that I'll find somebody, doesn't matter where they are, anything else, that has it worse than you. In fact, let me help you all real quick. All of you, hey, if you got clinical stuff, that's a given. You got to go get that worked on by a true professional. But if you're just down a little bit, if things are there, you're not feeling quite right, all those kind of things, you're a little bit on that. Number one, let me give you 8 things, okay? First one, number 1, go help someone that has it worse than you. Go help someone that has it worse than you. Number 2, repeat number 1 a bunch of times, okay, everybody? You got to have that mental aspect, have some perspective. You have to have that attitude of gratitude big time right now. And you keep working on you. So are you reading 30 to 50 pages a day of good stuff? Stuff that'll keep you fired up, goal setting, achievement vision, all the areas of growing. And number 2, everybody, is skills. We got to keep working on our skills. Our skills have got to be absolutely iron sharp. Let's face it. I mean, iron sharpens iron. It's got to be absolutely the best of the best out there because it's very competitive. So let's talk a couple skills. Number 1, objection handling. You're going to get some concerns, okay? Whether it be an inspection and over asking, you're going to have competition galore when it comes to getting a listing. All these things, if there's ever concerns, what I share with you, number 1 rule is be agreeable. And you have to have your transitions down. I can appreciate that. I couldn't agree more. I can see where you're coming from. Those are all givens. You then are going to get some resistance possibly even on prospecting. Oh, I got to wait till after this, after the first of the year. If the Fed moves their lips again, you got to throw in the if you were to or if you did. Write it down, everybody. If you were to or if you did. Hey, if you were to list, what's the top qualities you're looking for? Hey, if you were to be in a different area, what areas did you have your eye on? What neighborhoods did you have your eye on? If it comes down to helping you get everybody on the same page together, it's all about the quality of your questions. We are going to determine the quality of your results in life, okay? Quality questions. You're going to have people every which way come at you right now. And you have to be so prolific at being able to ask questions, move it forward. And it's so more than ever important to have you look people in the eye and say, I'm going to take care of you 100%. They have to know that your confidence and your competence comes screaming at them. You can't show any hesitation. They're looking for blood in the water. You cannot have that. You stay focused on your skills. You keep growing here. You're going to continue to make greatness. And isn't it funny? Gosh, it works so well we stopped doing it, right? Sometimes you got away from what got you successful in the first place. I'm talking to a lot of experienced veteran people on this. So guess what? Things that you read or went through years ago might not mean the same as where you are now in your business. And it's important to absolutely dive in, get new material, new systems, new information, anything you can to enhance your life. The skills are absolutely so critical. The things that we're going to do together, it's all about skill building. That's that building you, building your following, your list, and building your revenue. We're going to scale up your revenue. You got to be phenomenal at your skills. It's absolutely so critical. You think about the pro athletes out there. Then you think about the LA Rams, for example. They're going to have a game. They'll practice 60 to 70 hours this week alone, and tens of thousands of hours prior to. It's got to be a part of you. You have doctors out there that take so many years of school, then residency, then this, then that, before they ever can operate on somebody. But you'll just go out and wing it possibly. No more of that. So be prepared. Skills, skills, skills higher than ever. Now, the other part of this is a big one. Are you guys using out there? Let me open it up here for a second. Do you ever do, who uses the postcard change of address technique? Who does out there? Who uses the postcard change of address? You get a sale made, and these people know folks, right? They've moved in, all right? And they got to let people know about their new address. Who uses that religiously? Linda Meyer, do you use that? Olivia. I love that. I love you. How's that? There you go. All right. Now listen closely. Southern California, about 25 years ago. Okay. So put away your cell phones, quit reading emails. I'm about to make you millions. All right. I'm doing a meeting down there about 25 years ago. A lady that was topping $50 million a year plus then. I, of course, being young, training, developing companies. That's how I first was started. And I was out there and I didn't say just wow, but I said how. And she took me into her office and she tapped on the corner of her desk, said this right here. So listen closely, guys. Listen closely. Because Brian Buffini didn't come up with it. This lady didn't come up with it. All right. But it's the best thing on the planet. Now, if Durf had said, JB, you got 10 minutes with my people, I'd be like, great to see y'all. Write this down. Postcard change of address. Because most of you you've never even done it. And you're going to freak out when I tell you this. So put down VAB. If you're a fast writer, write down value added benefit or VAB. And what it is, it works just like this. Settlement's done. You could do this on a FaceTime. You could do it if it's live. It doesn't matter, wherever. And you actually share with them a value added benefit of TRG. And what we do is we'll go ahead and take a snapshot of the house, maybe out of the MLS, whatever it might be. We'll take a fresh picture and we're going to make that into a postcard. And on the front, it'll say, we've just moved. And there's a bunch of other templates we can make of this thing. And it's going to be kind of fun. But also on the back, it'll have your new address. Oh, and during the times that aren't like this right now, use this part, which is to say, oh, by the way, about 5 or 6 weeks from now, could also be the date on there for your housewarming party. Let people come out and see your new digs, etc. And they go, wow, you'll do that for us? Guess what now you get? The list. And those are the biggest database wins. Guys, you think it's a joke? Some of you go, oh, pretty good meeting today and never even use this. But listen closely. Write it down. Randy, Randy, 9.57, whatever, years ago. It was almost 10 years ago. I'm doing a meeting. To his own admission, he never shows up to the team meetings, which you should not do that. You should always listen. That lady or guy might give you some gold that's going to make you money. That mortgage person, that other vendor, whoever, to give you some insights to close more business. Why would you miss a meeting? If you got a combination lock with 4 numbers and you got 3 of them, it's not going to open. So you got to have the secret sauce here. So guess what? All of a sudden, you got to look at it this way too. He's in the office getting mail. He overhears me speaking and the fun and the buzz going on in there. So he sits down. Randy heard me deliver the postcard change of address. The very next closing, he says, I stumbled through it. I said, we'll take a picture of the house. We'll put this out for people. They go, great. We'll send you over an Excel spreadsheet. By the time he got back to his office, even his Negatron self couldn't stop it. He goes, I was saying to myself, I'll be the one blue in the corner waiting for that. By the time he got there, it was already in his inbox. 1,163 names on it. And this is the fun part. Put down $4.38 million as of August, what he's made from that list and the list that introduced him to people. Would anybody be upset if you made an extra 300 or 400 grand a year the next decade plus onward? Nobody's ever gone to DERF or other leaders and saying, man, I'm making way too much money in this thing. I'm having way too much fun. I'm out. It doesn't work like that. Nobody would be offended if I could help you make an extra $500,000 plus, right? Is that okay? So get excited about what I'm talking about, because this is the kind of thing, again, the opportunity for you to constantly grow and really develop yourself. Again, imagine some of your savvy that you have, those veterans I'm talking to, combined with absolutely awesome things to help you cross the finish line. You're unstoppable. You're going to make a ton of money. And that's what it's about, everybody. You've got to get serious about it. And that's the third factor, folks, is commitment. Commitment, commitment, commitment. You got to be committed to your craft like never before. You got to commit yourself. Some of you, well, I run a yoga studio, or I got this, or I got that. God bless you, but motivate and delegate that thing out of there, because you cannot ride a horse. You can't ride two horses with one saddle. I've got multiple businesses, but I let everything go back because I know I've done 200 plus of these team meetings. I've had Vince going all over the planet, internationally now. I'm doing as much as I possibly can. You got to focus like crazy. And I'm helping key people right now. Commit to your craft, would you? So now the only question is, hey, JB, I see these 10 things. Does everybody feel like if you plugged into this with me, that you'd make some money? Does everybody feel like you could make some high ROI? Listen closely. Just through the month of August, 100% response. Nobody gets 100% responses on surveys, it seems. But our people called our attendees. They literally either responded directly. 100% of the people said, JB, I got over 1,000% ROI on your training over this last 6 months. Nobody on the planet can say that except for us. Don't you want to know how? Here's how we do it. We're comprehensive, baby. I love my friends in the business, but they want a lot of money. Kind of like I'm talking here, $4 grand for our back office. We're going to give you $4,000 of value here. We give you all of our back office full length seminars. I've shared the stage with 51 different awesome speakers this last decade alone. It would cost you tens of thousands to go hit those things. The eBooks, because leaders are readers. You've got opportunities to get my hand-picked best webinars that'll have up to 50,000 people on these broadcasts, and those are in there. All the way to our success system with our Pinnacle of Sales and Success Academy. I give you in 45-minute bite-sized doses of all those top 10 areas. You're going to close more business. I give it to you. We test to pass. I coach you up. We do everything. And on top of it, it's the Academy series and lead gen systems. People are dropping $600 a piece on these left and right with us. The lead generation system, we've vetted out hundreds of hours how to do this. I love all you folks doing your pay-per-clicks on it. Go ahead. Keep getting them rich. And you might get a great ROI. That's awesome. Keep it up if you like. But the ways that we teach you, you're going to freak out. And the systems are awesome. And the personal coaching with me, not one of my 14 national field trainers. If you're watching this, you're going to be personally coached up by me. Try getting Tom Ferry on a call. Try getting Brian Buffini to actually work one-on-one with you without a big check. Maybe 25 years ago. I'm in the game. I've been in this business so long. I find it the best of the best. And if you steal from one, it's called plagiarism. From a bunch, it's called research. I work with top hitters every day in, day out. My calendar is chock full with coaching. And what I do is I teach millionaires. I want you to make a ton of money. So $4,000, who's ready for a $4,000 check to be stroked, right? But this is what we do. If you're serious about this, we like helping you save about half, okay? And we'll help you. But if we drew that and you're for free, is there anyone that would not take it for free? You'd all take it for free, right? It's a given. That just leaves then time or money. Because if the time's a factor, if all of you would take it for free, I guess we just solved that one, didn't we? It's like your mortgage friends that say, oh, I'm just way too busy. Are you kidding me? You've got to take time. You have to be disciplined for that self-improvement. So the time's out the window because you take it for free, right? Oh, JB, are you closing right now? Well, yeah, I got to practice what I preach and teach. You wouldn't respect me if I didn't ask. You're not going to go do a home presentation out there showing and not ask, are you? You're not a professional tour guide. Neither are we. We're going to give you an opportunity. And that just leaves the money. So let's get right to it, everybody. Saving you $4,000+ Actually, it's over $8,000 package because look what we're doing for you guys. Durf worked me over to make sure it's really attractive for you. So here's something special just for you. We give you 4 people. If we have 4 committed achievers that are watching this for only $4.99, everybody likes shopping at their favorite store for like 98% off. Everybody? Yes. We're going to give you double the access, 2 years to all of our on-demand stuff. And then you're also going to get 6 hours of one-on-one coaching with me. You can start immediately having the best of the best. And if we have these 4 today, we're going to get it really exciting here. You're going to get everything in the system. All you got to do is go right here to tinyurl.com. This is one of those little Danny things, right? He likes using his little LILBs and all that. So go to tinyurl.com, grab your smartphone, go to that, hit tinyurl.com/elite TRG, Tango Romeo Golf, or the Realty Group. So go to that, tinyurl.com/elite TRG. Let's put that in the chat, by the way. And if we have 4 committed achievers, it'll save you $200 if we have 4 of us. Oh, good job, Danny. Look at him on point. Bam. Just like that. So go to the little chat right there and say, hey, JB, I'm in. And if you're protecting some credit right now, we'll even let you flex it. You can start for like $150. This is not monthly, folks. Some of you are dropping that, if not more, for some of those programs out there. And Durf was fired up about this. He's like, man, we got to have some good coaching options, all this stuff. And it's not watered down. You're working directly with me, not one of these 8 layers lower from the leader of these organizations. This is me and you, coaching to success and greatness. I've got patterns and success methods that are absolutely going to help you make a ton more money. Mentally, absolutely the best there too. We're going to help you across the board. So it's not monthly. It's a total amount is that for 2 years access to all this stuff, plus all the coaching. And so if we have 4 committed achievers right now, I'm going to double this to 12 coaching sessions. Guys, it's not a joke. It's $400 an hour. It's $1,600 a year is what I have 6 people in my stable that have been no less than 5 years, all these people. Well, Barbara, isn't it about time you probably don't need the coaching with me? She's like, JB, how do you think I got here? She didn't even make $50,000 a year in real estate. She's making over $600,000 a month. Listen closely. They drop $1,600 a month, $18,100 a year. Those are my 6. Top NetJets guy, top one at Yahoo Online Sales, top commercial broker, top residential lady. Okay. Those kind of things that are the best. Number 1 lady out of all 78,000 reps in her financial company makes over $1 million a month. I coach up. Those people, that's what they're doing. But this is a unique opportunity. You'll get 12 sessions with me. All you got to do is type in there, yes. Go to the yes, type chat, or type in the chat, yes, and I'll know who's serious so we can save everybody the most amount of money. And if you look at that, it's about $45 a month, isn't it? You all blow $10 a week and stuff that's not necessarily going to increase your income. You make 30 grand, even on $1 million sale of 20,000, 30,000. I'm telling you, you have an opportunity to make way more than that. Because people ask, JB, how much for your coaching, your training, all that? And I go, I know how much the tuition is, but you have no idea how much by not doing it, it costs you. It costs you a ton more. So we all blow about $1.50 a day, don't we? I'm not judging. I'm just saying if you invest in that, invest up in here where your money begins with in the first place. So let's have some committed achievers jump on there. Who's on there with us? Who? This is hot right now, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. And everybody that jumps on this, you'll also get the autograph book to remember this day forever. The newest release of Mark Wahlberg and Mr. Vince Papale, autograph personalized to you or some sports nut in your life or whatever. Everybody will get that hardback book as well. And I'm thankful for the opportunity. Durf, was this a lot of fun? What'd you like more? Some of the inspiration side or the how-to, or what'd you like out of it, my friend?
JB, I appreciate your coaching. In fact, I'm
Yes.
going to be answering the phone now. I can help you.
Yeah, amen, brother. Good job, man.
Yeah, so I
Coming
appreciate
in.
that, and it's nice to teach an old dog new trick. So I'll be using that.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Well, that's good. Guys, I cannot go down in flames here. I've never had a single meeting. This is almost my 10,600th meeting in all my career. I've never had a zero. We've never had nobody do something.
Well, we've got an additional 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, but at least say yes so that we know that we're going to save $200 more. So, I mean, I'm not to cut you off, but I'm not going down in flames. The only reason why you're not doing it is money, because you said you take it for free. So if you got to do it this way. Our gold training that I've got out there for you, which is all of it except for the coaching piece, we'll do for $299, which gives you all the lead gen systems, the phone mastery, the academy series that you're on live with me and all that stuff. And you also get 2 years back office. You get that for $299. You can't tell me you drop 100 and something bucks for this little device in your life, or at least your family's plan or whatever. You spend thousands a year on the outside. You got to work on the inside too. Oh, well, JB, I'm already in a program, or I already got this. Awesome. None of those people are going to say, don't ever do another thing. Don't read another book. So none of those people ever say that. I don't. I say, get all you can get your hands on. Get ideas left and right. So there it is. VIP Gold 1. If the $299 is the ticket for you, then jump on that. And there's options there too, everybody. Good job, Linda Meyer. Woo! I thought I was going to get blanked in LA, man. I thought so. No way that happened, right? So Durf, jump on this stuff. I hope you guys do encourage it. You'll never see anything like this ever. You jump on it now. 12 coaching sessions, one-on-one with me, not another trainer, not my regional certified trainer, me. Okay. And you get all the access to all of our stuff. It's incredible. I work my tail off, folks. There's so many better speakers out there. There's so many people that are awesome on content, no doubt. But you're never going to have somebody that cares so much about your success than me. It's proven. You could contact any client. They'd be like, oh my God, JB's on point. He helps me with this. I closed that one. I dealt with 5 negotiations in once with him. It's incredible. So don't tell us no. Don't tell yourself no. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
If anybody has any interest in this, just put yes down there, and I'm sure JB will contact you directly and be able to work something out so that you can get some additional coaching. Really appreciate your time today, and make it a great day. Thank you.
My pleasure, my friend. My pleasure to save Linda Myers the most and everything. And also, Linda, hit me up if we need to at all. Let me know anything I can do. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Yes, appreciate it, Dirk, for the opportunity to help everybody. Thank you, Danny, for making it all happen too. Let me know, guys. I can only help if I don't know. I can't help if I don't know. So hit me up.
All right. Yes. So just
thanks, Durf.
Put yes on there if you have any interest. Thank you, guys.
Yep, I'll put that in the chat here, JB. Give you guys my cell phone and hit me up. So Linda, yes, want to help you any which way we can. If we don't end up having the 4, it'll just be less benefits, Linda. You won't get all those hours, obviously.